Hello friends, it's August 1st and so it's time for another garden tour. Let's get started on a different side today, shall we? Just to switch it up. You will notice it has grown significantly. The heats of July, we have had way too many days over 86 degrees, so our heat zone has well surpassed 13 to 17 days. And it's been good for the vegetables, but I don't particularly like it. Let's hop on in. I haven't weeded in a long time, so there are some substantial weeds, don't mind that. Those Egyptian walking onions are looking lovely. Let's see, do I have any of them actually walking? Yeah, so you see this one right here. Oops, I just disturbed it. But it's down in the grass, and you see it's actually going to send out those runners to form roots. How cool. We'll let that do its thing. My blueberry is browning a little bit. It did not like this heat, and I could probably make the soil a little bit more acidic, otherwise it's fine. Strawberries, I've been doing that for a while. The gooseberries are goosey. They're just nice and green. No berries this year. I'm not expecting anything, that's fine. But holy crap, look at my cucumbers. So 3 weeks ago, I don't think we had half of one vine, let alone the entire trellis being covered up. And this is primarily from one hill. This one hill that started out down here, and it went over the whole thing. Take a look back here. You should be able to see plenty of them dangling. Oh yeah, there's a couple of them on the ground, a couple of them dangling. This whole nice cluster right in the middle there. I need to pull them. The ones that are about this long, you can see they're about as long as, a little longer than my pinky here. So they're ready to be pulled and canned, and I'm gonna let this big bad boy here, this Goliath we'll call him, I'm gonna let him grow big so that I can harvest some seeds. But that's for a later video. Rhubarb's doing fine, hasn't grown any more since the last video. We'll let that go, and I'll do one harvest later in the fall. But take a look at this. Finally, I've been so worried. These raspberry buds, they are everywhere. They're totally ubiquitous. And look at this. It's 8 o'clock at night, and I got plenty of bees that are still pollinating. So I'm imagining in a couple weeks this is going to be almost all red. Seriously, look at this. Look at that. That's a little bee dangling in there, and there's another bee dangling over there. Happy little pollinators doing their happy pollinating dance. The big champion this week has to be, look at this, the ground cherries. Ridiculous. Last night I came out and looked. It was July 31st, and what to my wondering eye should appear on the ground but a whole bunch of ground cherries that are ready to be harvested already. I'm flabbergasted. I wasn't expecting these for another couple weeks. So if you've never experienced a ground cherry before, they kind of look like a tomatillo. You know, they got their own little fun husk, and on the inside got these beautiful golden yellow brown berries, and they're wonderful, and they store forever on the shelf. Oh, they're wonderfully sweet. They're sweet and earthy, and I love them to death, and I'm actually going to stop the camera midway through and collect some. But before I do, look at this. So we're getting ready for seed saving time. I'm getting ready for seed saving time. These are radish seeds, even though they're big enough to look like beans. I have not saved seeds on this scale before with things like radishes or ground cherries, so it's going to be a bit of an experiment this year, so thanks for coming along for the ride. All right, let's step over here. As the ground cherries have taken up this whole path, I'm going to set you down on this nice bench, and I'm going to do some picking. Here we go. Hello friends, if you enjoy this kind of garden entertainment, why don't you let me know on my Patreon page? You could buy yourself a cup of coffee tomorrow, or you could contribute to making my garden grow. Your choice. Thanks a lot. Well, to everybody who said that I was crazy for planting 12 ground cherries in, maybe 6 square feet, I now understand where you're coming from. This is a lot for one harvest. I mean, I got 100 and some here easily, and they're all just as beautiful as the next. I mean, look at that. That's just marvelous. That's Instagram worthy. By the way, if you haven't been following me on Instagram, that's where I've been posting almost all of my vegetable pics, so be sure to follow the Midwest Man Mountain there. Let's move on. Beets. You know, probably pull one of these out and take a look, shall we? You and me, here we go, 1, 2, 3. Oh, look at that. A tiny little beet. I mean, little things I'll get one beet harvest. Not too bad. They're about the size of a golf ball. I'm sure they'll taste fine. I'll cut them up and dehydrate them, make little beet chips. We'll see. Maybe I'll let them grow a little bit longer. Tomatoes are doing great. As you can tell, I have kind of a thing for bite-sized vegetables. Lots of two different kinds of cherry tomatoes. This one grows like a braid of hair. You can see a great shot of it right there. Isn't that pretty? Man, taste the rainbow. Same with this over here, except they're a little bit more spread apart. Lots of them are reddening out. I've been having cherry tomatoes every day, and I'm sure I will continue to do that for a while now. And my medium-sized tomatoes are doing well too. Take a look at that. I got 3 red ones right there. Yes, mother, your BLTs are coming soon. Over here in the zucchini/eggplant section, first off, let's look at this flower that I'm letting live. Nobody has yet to identify this, so if you have an idea what it is, please let me know. It was just a weed that started growing, and I think it's beautiful. But take a look at the eggplant. Ta-da! I could probably pop some of them off. A little bigger than my hand. You know, nice and full. And the zucchini plant, which we've gotten at least a dozen off of by now, is still producing. You know, just look at all the ones that are in there. This guy's starting. I know I got a couple over here that are hiding out. I saw another gardener do his zucchini vertically, growing upward, and I thought it was super cool. I didn't realize you could grow zucchini up that way. See, you can always learn something new. Everybody can. So I think next year I'm going to try to grow my zucchini vertically. Speaking of things growing vertically, these are the pumpkins that we have crawling along the vines. Not like legitimate jack-o'-lantern pumpkins, but like the tiny little decorative gourd pumpkins. And they're just spreading out, and I don't see anything forming. I mean, they want to keep climbing, as you can see, and maybe this trellis wasn't the best thing, but whatever happens with them is going to happen. I'm not too concerned. Hey, speaking of melons, well, I wasn't speaking of melons, but now guess what? Speaking of melons, ta-da! Our first little cantaloupe. Yay! He's so cute. These are doing just fine growing up, and as the peas are ready to be pulled out, as you can see, brown, they're getting ready to be done. I'm going to save the seeds on these suckers and then have these vines grow over here throughout August and September. These were going to be soybeans once upon a time, remember that? Well, it turned into a weed pile, and that's where it left it. I had a bunny in my garden, his name was Irving, and Irving decided to eat the soybeans, and that's fine. Over here, not the weeds, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I guess, and a half green pepper plants, and I've been saying they're doing relatively well, and we got lots of flowers, so I guess this month we'll find out if we get any fruit off of that. I'm sure we will. What can I say about the salad greens? I really should be giving it away. Lettuce is kind of gross when it looks like this. You know, they get up and they bolt and they kind of explode. But the leaves are still tasty. The Swiss chard is good. And of course, kale. This stuff will keep going until, you know, freezes over here. I think I had some in October or November last year. Hey, guess what? We harvested our first cauliflower last week, and it was delicious. These suckers are going great. No, I did not blanch them. No, it does not change the taste. They're delicious. They kind of taste like a little bit of burnt popcorn and pepper spice. They're super good. And since the cauliflower took, I imagine my Brussels sprouts will get there eventually. They're looking nice. Here's a close-up on some of the peas. Just the end of the peas life cycle. No, I'm not succession planning for a fall crop. I think I'll take on that challenge next year. But I had a good pea yield. I'm very pleased. Weeds. Just haven't picked them out yet. Let me hop over the fence and then hop in the middle and we can take a look at some beans. Had a nice big bumper crop of beans, and the first ones to come were these purple pole beans. Aren't these just the coolest? These are about 6 inches, and when you boil them or steam them or anything, the anthocyanins in the purple go away and they turn green, but they taste like green beans. However, they have a flat surface texture as opposed to green beans that have more of a fuzzy surface. And these purple pole beans just went crazy. They're growing on the fence that I have in front, and as you can see dangling right down there. Nature doesn't need you so much to take care of it. It will find a way to produce. What else we got in here? You can be the first to see. Aha, that's going to be a wax bean. Like a sultan's earring, I think they said. Otherwise, it's a little bit too dense in here. Not a whole lot going on. There's some green beans. Some more green beans over there. That's going to be a little sultan bean. And look at this. Ta-da! This is not a weed. This is okra. And I'm really fascinated to see what it's going to look like when they open up. I don't know if I'm supposed to pull them off now or if I'm supposed to wait a while. I guess we'll find out. But that'll be exciting. Yes, of course I planted the okra far too close. See, now I didn't realize 2 months ago that these were going to spread so much. I knew they were going to spread, but not to this extent. So, that's the beans. This is the mess that I was getting all those ground cherries in. And there's the perennials over there, looking fine. I imagine at the end of August when I do another one of these, that's just going to be beet red with raspberries. And tomatoes are coming along fine. Yes, I'll do some weeding eventually, but I'm so happy with my garden. It's just been a wonderful year. So as I close, be sure to let me know in the comment section below how your garden is going. I'm always fascinated. It's wonderful when people send me pictures, thank you, or links to videos. I really love seeing it. So there is your closing shot of the garden. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video. I'm the Midwest Man Mountain. Thank you for subscribing, and until next time, bye!